Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. But if you're new here, welcome to my channel. So today I'm gonna be reconstructing a glueless frontal wig. My client had sent this wig she bought, and it was badly constructed. It was just so wrong. Like I always say, you should never sew the edges of the frontal to the cap. It just will not work because that's like on your ear area, and then it just won't work. It just won't work here. So my client had sent this wig over to me for a reconstruction, and I had taken it down here. This is what it looked like. I took down the entire wig, and I'm going to start all over from the beginning. I'm just going to make it into a glueless wig, a glueless frontal wig. So the first thing that I like to do is I'm going to what's it called? I'm going to tint the lace of the frontal. So this is how the best way to tint your frontal is to do it before it's in a wig. I mean, sometimes you don't have a choice because you already bought your wigs and it's already sewn, so you just have to tint the lace while at the wig. But if you have the option of tinting your lace before making it into a wig, yeah, you should do that. That should be like the first thing to do. So what I'm just doing here is I've put water on the frontal, and I'm just trying to brush the hair backwards because I don't want it to get in the way of my bleach when I apply it on the frontal. So I'm just brushing back the hair, making sure that there's no flyaways, and yeah, that's what I'm just doing. So you want to turn it around, and then when you've done that, you will now mix your bleach and developer. So I put some quantity of bleach powder and developer, and I just want to get a consistency that's not watery, it's not runny, and it's not so thick. You just want to. I don't have a measurement for these guys. I do not have a measurement. I just like you just see it. You just know that it's right. You want to add. If you think it's too thick, you want to add a little bit more developer. So I've done that, and then the next thing is that you apply with a spoon. Okay, so usually I'll do it with a brush because I know how to do that. But because I'm just teaching you people here, I said to do with a spoon because I'm trying to show you that you want to go gently on the lace. You do not want to press in. Can you see how carefully I'm just using the spoon to spread out the bleach on the lace of the frontal? You just want to be very careful. You see, I'm raising up the lace, and I just need it to get on the lace. I don't want it to stick into the hair on the frontal. You just want to be very careful. Just want to do it gently and just make sure that you spread it round. You go round, and you want to work very fast, guys. You don't want to work very fast, as fast as you can. But at the same time, you want to be careful that you don't like do it wrong, because you want to be fast, because you don't want a situation where one side you did one side like 5 minutes ago and you're just doing the other side like 10 minutes later. Do you understand? Obviously, one side will be more bleached than the other, but you want to make sure that all sides were bleached the same way. So I'm just doing that, still spreading my bleach on the frontal, and you just want to make sure that you go around, you spread it evenly, and you spread it well. So I'm done doing that, and I'm just checking to see that I got everything, and then you can see clearly. You're going to try and flip it over and check that the bleach paste is not like entering into the hair. You just want it on the roots and on the lace. So the next thing you want to do, you want to flip it over so that you can watch it. You see, you just want to see what you're doing. You see how it's lifting. You see how I'm just opening up the frontal, and I'm just trying to check and make sure that it's actually bleaching and what I want done is getting done. You see how I'm just trying to check it and make sure that nothing that I do not want is happening, and then everything is right as I want it. So you're going to leave that for a while, depending on how you just want to keep checking up on it to see if you're satisfied with the processing, or if you want it to stay longer. You just want to check. Sometimes it takes 15 minutes, sometimes it takes 10 minutes, sometimes more. You just want to keep going through it and checking it and be sure that you're actually satisfied with what you've arrived at. So over here, I was okay with what it looked like. I didn't want to over bleach it, and I was just okay with where I've gotten here. So I'm going to take this now, and I went ahead and washed it. You want to wash away the bleach solution with your moisturizing shampoo and conditioner. Make sure that you get everything off of it. And over here, I'm done washing and drying the frontal. So the next thing we're going to do now is we're going to try and get, like I said, it's a glueless frontal wig. So I want to try and get the accurate measurement of the client's ear to ear. So what I want to do is you want to flip it over and get your tape measure to get the exact measurements that you want to work with. So this frontal is a 13x4 frontal. It's a 13x4 frontal, and my client had said she wanted, she was like about 11 inches or like 10 point something inches from ear to ear. So it means that I'm going to remove like an inch and like an inch and like two, I don't know, is this centimeter or what? But you get what I'm saying. You just want to minus your client's measurement, your client's ear to ear measurement, and the measurement of the frontal. And you want, if you get that, you get a difference, then you remove it from each end of the frontal. So I've marked out where I want, and I'm just going to draw a line down to be sure of where I want to cut out. You see on both ends, on the right and the left side of the frontal. So I'm marking out the lines, the area that I want to cut out. You do on the left side and do the same thing on the right side. After I've marked that out, I'm going to flip over the frontal and then go in with my cotton comb and just pat out that place, that area that I marked out. So I'm doing that, and I'm just making sure that I have a clean line. I can see what I'm doing. I'm not cutting too much and I'm not cutting too less. And I want to use my hot comb to just take away the air of the area that I'm not cutting out, so that I don't do any mistake. You want to be very careful so that you don't make a mistake and just go and cut into where you do not want to cut. So after I've done that, I'm going to go in my scissors and just cut out that area that I do not need. After I've cut the area out, I want to do the same thing for the other side of the frontal, exactly what I did on the right side. I want to do it on the left side too. Just cut out the parts of the line that you traced. Take it out. Make sure that no hair is getting in the way of what you're cutting. You want to use your hot comb to push out the hair that might be in the way. Then you go in with your scissors and have a clean cut from the line that you marked out to cut. So after I've done that and I'm satisfied with what my frontal looks like, the next thing to do is to sew the wig. So now I want to fit the cap. This cap looks somewhat, it was actually too big for my client's head, and I was just trying to reduce the size of the cap. I have a video showing if, details how I do this. So I'm just going to sew the cap to the right side, and I'm just doing that. I'm tucking away the excess of the cap so that it sits well on my client's head and it fits her right, and it's just too big and just going about. So the next thing I want to do is put my frontal on the cap. You want to go like, I said that you want to go like an inch or inch and a half to the front, because like I said, it's a glueless wig and you want the area to be out. You don't want to sew the sides of the frontal to the edge of the mesh cap. So this is what we're doing. You're moving an inch forward. I have a video where I explain this in details. So you want to move an inch forward. You want to make sure that the frontal is actually pushed forward. You don't want it to be the same line with the mesh cap. After I've done that, I've secured it in place with pins, and I'm just going to sew the frontal on top of the mesh cap. I like to go from the middle to one end and back to the middle to the other end. This way you're sure of what you're sewing. You're making sure that you're not, one side is not wrong and the other side is right. You want to make sure that you do the exact thing that you did on the left side to the right side. That's why I like to go from middle to the right and middle to the left. So after we're done sewing our frontal, the next thing to do is to sew bundles on top of the mesh cap. And here I'm just marking out a guideline for myself. It makes work easier, actually. What I always say, it makes work easier. You know what you have like a guideline to follow for your tracks. So as opposed to just blindly sewing tracks, you have something to follow. You have something to look to. Like, okay, this is where the next bundle, this is where the next stitch is going to go. This is where the next weft is going to go. So that's what I just did. And I'm just sewing the bundles on top of the guideline that I've created for my wig. If you've watched up to this place, I want to say thank you so much for following me. Okay, for subscribing to my channel. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. Thank you for the comments, the likes, the love. I really do appreciate you guys. And if you come across this video and this is your first time on my page, please do subscribe to my channel. It helps me, it encourages me to do it. I know, like, I've been away for about 3 weeks or thereabouts. I've been so busy up and down, and there's been a lot of videos I've not had time to edit and post something, but I'm back now and I'm hoping to edit all the videos that I have piled up and keep posting weekly like I used to do. So yeah, guys, thank you so much. Please remember to subscribe, remember to share to your friends and family. There's somebody who might need this. You can always sew a wig for yourself. You do not necessarily need to send it out to anybody if you have the right to, if you have the tools to do this. They're not so difficult to do. So yes, guys, thank you for everything. Thank you for liking, for dropping comments, for sharing. I really do appreciate the love. And yeah, guys, thank you so much. So I'm still sewing tracks and I'm just making sure that can you see how flat those tracks are? Make sure that you don't want them bulgy. Like, you don't want it to be like when you feel it's not just smooth. You want to sew really fine tracks. You see how flat they look? They're going to look flat like that on your head when you wear the wig. You want to make sure that your tracks are flat and beautiful. So you just keep sewing until you get to the top and you just follow your guideline. That's just basically what the guideline is for. You want to follow every line that you've marked out. Make sure that you put bundles on top of, you put tracks on top of every line that you've marked out on top of the mesh cap. That's just what you basically need to do until you get to the top. So when I was done making this wig, I went ahead and curled it. I did a side part for this wig. I went ahead and curled it and I left it for a while. This is me taking down the curls of the wig, and this is how beautiful it looks. You just want to gently take down the curls. When you curl wigs, you want to pre-curl and just leave the heat to like cool down before taking down the pin. And this is what the wig looks like. It was so perfect. It was to fit on top of my client's head. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for always coming back. I'm gonna see you on my next video. Bye.